Hi, my name is Jocelyn. I'm from Fate Image Studio, and I'm going to teach you how to tease your hair. There's a couple different things that you're going to need. You're going to need a rat tail comb. That's what I like to use. It doesn't have to be, plastic. It can be the metal kind. You don't have to be too specific. Or a teasing brush. And you can get the kind with the nylon and the boar's hair bristles, or you can get the kind that looks like a hard rubber toothbrush. So the first thing you're going to do is, if you're looking for the height and the crown, you want to section off your hair. It doesn't have to be a tiny section. You don't have to do tiny sections. You can do, bigger sections depending on how fine your hair is. If your hair is pretty fine like mine, you can take a bigger section. So I'm going to use the teasing brush for this. Then you want to start kind of at the base, and you want to go, put your brush in your hair and comb down. So basically you're just roughing it up at the base. Don't do the whole up and down thing, because that will cause breakage. A lot of people, think, oh, well, I'm not going to tease my hair because I don't want my hair to be broken off, and really that is a myth. So if you're doing it right, it should not be breaking. So you can go gentle, and then boom, there's your first section. So just keep going back. And you don't have to do a lot of different sections. Let's see here. And I know sometimes it's hard to see at the back of your head, so you're just going to have to ballpark it. It doesn't have to be perfect. But I do suggest getting a hand mirror so you can check your work afterwards. You don't want all the rat's nest underneath to show. So do the same thing with your next section. And it's always nice to have some hairspray handy so you can, spray the sections that you've done so far, just to make sure that they stay in. And so already, you can see the kind of height that you're getting with the teasing. And really, it shouldn't be called teasing. It really should be called back combing. Teasing is, the difference between teasing and back combing is about a decade. So here we go. Back comb that last section. I think that this will be good for my center section. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flip all this back. And don't worry, we're not finished yet. I'm going to take a couple sections on each side and do the same thing. Just disregard the regrowth. Okay. Here we go. Is another section, and that's why I get my back up right here. Thank you. Okay, so I flipped that section down, and I usually like to do my bangs also, just because after, I'm working, they kind of start to get separated, and I do like a deep part every once in a while. And you just want to get underneath your bangs and do the same thing. Okay, so just put those guys together, and then I just have my two sections left on this side of my head. So I'm going to separate that out. And do that section. And here is my last section. Okay, so I've got everything down. So now I kind of look like a Who from Who now, but really that's where this guy comes in handy again. You just want to kind of, without undoing all the back combing you just did, just kind of gently spread it around, okay? And then that way you're not kind of combing everything out. And you can kind of pick it out in the direction that you would like for it to go in. Starting to shape up here, pretty nice. And if you accidentally comb a section a little too much, like this part right here, I'd like that to be lifted up a little bit. You can usually just kind of use that and poke it up a little bit, rough it up. Okay. So do we see the difference from before? I've got the height, I got any kind of width that I'd like. My bangs are nice and together, and you know, just spray and go. And that's how you backcomb your hair.